People showed their objection to the Brazilian called Emerson, but there was one dissenting voice who was basically voiced at the thought of our right back. His name was Barry, never unhappy. He promised to get his head just as long as we play top four. He'll get the shepherd's pie. Nestle get on the Emerson train for all those that have doubted him. Not Barry, I'm talking about Emerson. Whatever he got for that £1 he spent, he must prove them all. Not talking royal, forever loyal. He's the goat, don't think this is a joke. Back to Bazza, a Bobby Dazzler. We knew this all along. Get on board the Emerson train. Choo choo, choo choo. After all that has been said and done, let's raise a glass to Royals' biggest fan. Shout to Barry from the Shelfside Spurs show. Here's hoping for a top four and the hair he'll have in store.
Large ascensions to you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this, the show of the Shelfside Spurs. I'm going for weird grammatics tonight. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're here again. We're here again. And Barry, you're looking shaven today. You're looking
Oh,
streamlined.
you're talking about my top, not my bottom. Yeah, I'm not shaved down there.
I may be. I
But we
don't know.
mustn't do the comedy because it doesn't work according to some people. So
Oh, I see. I see. Who's the Philistine that has been saying things of this nature?
I don't know. Not here apparently at the moment, but I'm sure
No.
will rear his head and
I'm
make said
sure.
comment for the third week running.
I'm sure. Never mind. Can't please everyone. Don't want to please everyone. We do what we want. This is Shelfside Spurs Show. How have you been, Barry? How was your stint on We Are Tottenham TV?
Anyway, moving on.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Excellent.
Well, ever since we've not done a watch along, I don't think I've won a game of football.
We are the talisman. That's the thing. We are the talisman. And we're not recognized as such. We are just told that we're not funny and that we should give up on the comedy instead of being lauded as the winner of points for Tottenham. You know, to be honest, we do a better job than the players do. So fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we're coming up to the 10-minute mark. So I've got to be very careful I don't say the word cunt before it clicks. Oh, shit.
I knew I should have done the 10-minute countdown, not the 5-minute countdown, because then you couldn't have done that. But it doesn't matter because, someone said in the comments, you're not allowed to do that because they'll make a copyright claim. Well, we're not monetized, so it doesn't matter. And even if we was, we do what we want.
We do this.
We are the shelf side. We'll do what we want.
At the moment, we do this for the love. Really. When we're monetized, we'll do it for the money. But for the moment, we're doing it for the love, right? Yeah. And yes, so who do we have with us? Who do we have in the chat, Barrel? Tell us.
We have
in the chat.
Baby. We have us talking to ourselves. That was really weird.
That was very weird.
Was here. There was obviously a lot of comments with us. Mr. 10 Inch is here. Good old Alan Sibley. Who else is here? Bobby K. He says these intros are hilarious. I didn't make them. I just robbed them off YouTube. So,
It was
still
pure and simple.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we can get away with it, we'll get away with it. If we can't get away with it, we won't get away with it. Andrew Gregory is in the house.
That's the philosophy that I live my life by, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ian Ferguson is here. Big up Ian Ferguson. David Bisco is here. Jacob is here.
Oh, my God. The moistness. I can feel it seeping through the internet.
Yeah. HMQ is here. You're right. Res does need a 15-minute timer.
I need more than that.
They can make a copyright claim, but I will say, sorry, Barry's a bit special. He didn't know what he was doing, and we were promoting his channel. So that, if you want to go over and get Countdown videos, go to countdownvideos.com.
They're very good. They're very good. They're very excellent.
So we can see. David Bisco can feel the mistress too, and he's in the bath.
Superb stuff. Now, we got 21 of you watching, and there is a very important question that we have for you. Yes. Isn't there, Barry?
There is. What we've done is, this week, we've left it as blank. So if you obviously played, if you've played blankety blank, you'll be what blank, blah, 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 blah. So have you blanked the like button over to you wonderful people? So please put in the comments what you have done to said like button.
Yes, and actually do it. Yeah? Don't just say that you've done something. Actually go and do it. I'm just going to fix the grammar on this.
Okay, thank you. Why didn't you fix it earlier?
Because I didn't notice. There we go.
So we've got... Okay.
Actually, I didn't quite fix the grammar.
All right. You've gone to correct my mistake and then you've mistaked it again.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so we've got spanked. We have stroked. We have smashed. We have
Frottage.
Frottage.
Mm-hmm.
We have fiddled.
Fiddled with should be. Fiddled with. Again, we're very sharp on the grammar today.
Yeah, I mean, Alan Sibley's is the best one so far. Wanked off the like button. I mean,
yeah.
That's good. Stripped off. Molested the like button. I mean, that's a good one.
See, Bobby K has got the enthusiasm, but he doesn't quite have the grammar again. Because if you put his comment into that sentence, it doesn't work.
No,
right?
It doesn't.
Because he goes, made my bitch.
Yeah.
But if you say, have you made my bitch the like button, that doesn't work.
No.
See, if he said, have you made the like button one's bitch, that would work.
But that would be changing the question.
That would be changing the question, exactly. Yeah. See? So 10 out of 10 for enthusiasm, but
Jacob's
1 out of 10.
Quite good. I like this. It's got a lot of depth to it. I told the like button to choose sides, and if it hangs out with a dislike button, then I'll never speak to it again. I don't think that fits, really, either, Jacob. But 10 out of 10.
Because if you put that into that sentence, the grammar is all over the place.
So, Elias, we don't want to know what you've just done. We wanted to know what you wanted to do to the like button.
That's right.
Andrew Gregory has fingered the like button. Okay, interesting. Bobby K shagged the like button.
That works, you see. Have you shagged the like button yet? You know, those things will work. Yeah.
Rimmed. No, you're just getting silly, Elias. We don't want to find out about your fantasies. We just want to know what you want to do to the button. Yeah.
Is Step Up Spurs Elias?
Yes. Andrew Gregory is squirted over.
Andrew Gregory is a proper fan, right? For doing that.
Yip Coalition. Good to
I like
see
this one too.
Deliberately pounded. And David, who is in the bath, has prodded the like button. He must be in competition with 10-inch to be able to prod it.
Speaking of lubelessly pounding, let's bring on our guests.
Yes, shall we?
I think we should. You know, they're masters of lubeless pounding, both of them. I have this on good.
One of them is with dogs, but we won't go there. So
yeah.
Like to see the reaction in the back end as well. Oh, sorry.
Lubelessly pounded.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah. You see? There it is. Bring them on. Let's
bring them both on at the same time.
There we go. It's Mr. Cousins and the artist formerly known as Thomas. How you doing? There you go. A raw dog. There you go. That's it.
Alan Sibley guessed it. Alan Sibley guessed it before I came on.
Yep. There we go. Okay, so Mark, first of all, welcome to Shelfside Spurs Show. How are you, sir? How are you doing?
Very well, sir. A pleasure to be on.
Pleasure to have you.
Debut, I think.
I think it is your debut, yes. You've not been on before that I can remember.
You know what happens when people have their debuts? We didn't tell him, did we?
No, we didn't. You are going to be shamelessly hounded. Sorry, Tommy. Tonight, with things. You know, it's the way we do things. It is the way we do things.
That's a normal day.
The reason is that we basically want to warp people into the Shelfside Spurs Show mold, but you're already well on your way towards that, so we won't really need to do very much anyway. You know. And talking of warped, Tommy, how are you?
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
This
is going to be a long stream. I can tell.
The enthusiasm that's oozing off you is palpable. It really is. You know, it's like,
the intro was so long. I could have let nature talk as it should have. I need a poo, man. I could have done it during the intro. But I'll delay it.
You know this about Shelfside Spurs Show, okay? Later on, we're going to have a quiz with some really stupid answers. Tommy.
That frog.
Oh, no, we're not, are we? We're
not. Frog was more annoying than Crazy Frog, man.
It was a gecko. It was a gecko.
No, it's good. I like it. I actually like it. I think it's sick.
Anyway,
we had a unicorn last week. We had a unicorn last week, so we
had a
decided
unicorn
to
last
get
week, yeah. So we're gonna see if we can get different animals. But thank you to everyone for joining us. Thank you to our guests for coming. Thank you for everyone in the chat and everyone watching. Please do hit that like button. Give us a like. Comment as well. Comments are always useful, not just in the chat, underneath the video as well. Drop a little comment in there. Tell us what we're doing right. Tell us what we're doing wrong. We'll ignore them, but they will help the channel. So without further ado, Monsieur Producer, I believe it's time for Spurs on this day à la histoire.
I just deleted the banner.
Oh dear.
Hang on,
That's not helping. That's not helping. It's vamp, guys. Vamp while he thinks.
I have got some crazy questions for Tommy, because obviously we know what Tommy's questions are like.
Yeah. So we're getting payback.
We're getting payback.
Cancel cock from the top. It's getting a bit too crazy. Well, that's something I've delayed as well. You can say it's not coming back for a while.
Yeah, when I well, yeah. Where's my half my cricket bat anyway? Is it still in the garden?
It's
or
coming.
The dog's still eating it?
It's coming.
Okay.
You haven't given me your address. How can I?
Whoa, back there, people. Whoa, back there. Hold on. Cricket bat? Half a cricket bat?
Yeah, I won it. I won without cheating.
You're right.
I owe Brad £1.70 something.
Okay.
Well.
Oh, I see. So when I stopped playing, you started giving out prizes. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's
Proper
nice. Thanks.
as well. Proper prizes as well.
Yeah, £1.70, a half a cricket bat. You know,
actually, it was 80p. It was 80p, but I won twice, and the other one was like 97p. So, yeah. Money involved.
I'm tempted to mute you for the rest of the show just for that.
No,
right?
No. Look, Rez. Look, at the end of the day, mate. At the end of the day, you get what you get. If you don't come on and then you don't win, then you don't get a prize. And Tommy did a prize.
I won 3 times. I won 3 times in a row, if I remember correctly.
Anyway, Spurs on this day in history.
Spurs on this day in history, yes.
We have for you only 3 this week.
Is that all?
Yeah. And 2 of
that
them
Twitter
are bad.
account's rubbish then.
Yeah, no, I didn't go to that. I'm not going to that Twitter account because that's just the only Twitter account I'm going. In fact, actually, I might message the person that's done the songs and ask him when Tommy's song's coming out, because I'm sure that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So,
I couldn't really hear that. I don't think I have my volume up. But is that a chap who done one for Alex?
Yeah.
Yes.
The same one that did Mr. Box Office's song. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I'll send you. I will send you said link afterwards.
Does anybody know who it is yet?
No.
Oh, is it? Is it like a that's
Man
really...
of mystery.
A man of mystery, yeah, or a woman of mystery, or a musician of mystery.
A person of mystery, I believe we can say.
Like the Spurs version of Banksy, in many ways.
Yeah,
potentially.
Exactly. Yeah. But someone that knows that. I think it's someone that's in the community because they know a lot. That so I only mentioned about getting my hair done, Emerson Royale Shepherd's Pie, maybe 3 or 4 times, maybe not more than that. So it's someone that either knows me in the community.
Yeah, but I referred to him consistently as having a shepherd's pie on his head for many.
Yeah, okay, true. So we don't know who it is, but we didn't know who it is. Ben, just to hang on a minute, if you comment when I'm just about to click on something, if you comment, oh my god, that's it. If you comment, it misses where I'm going to click. So anyway, Sophie's Corner is no longer.
When Barry's about to click on something, please, everyone.
Guys.
You know,
Sophie's Corner is no longer a part of the show.
Oh no!
So yeah, sorry, Ben.
What happened?
I just got a message being asked if we could no longer do it, so I said, "Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
yeah, not a problem."
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, no more Sophie's Corner, but I'm gonna I think I'm gonna. I mean, I would say I might do from next week Danny's Twitter account, because obviously it's going to be explosive. He's going to be like going in on people, and it could be a bit more fiery. Let's just say, or not next week, the week after. Yeah, Danny's Twitter account where he just goes, no, you're wrong, leave it out. So yeah, that's kind of what Danny does, right? With a lot of swearing in it as well. So
or Barry's basement. I think Barry's basement.
Barry's basement.
That I think is a
saw
better.
I saw that stream you done with Bobby K. I think you had to delete it, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
What you got going on in your basement, son?
There's a lot
What's going on?
Yeah.
Anyway, Spurs this day a la histoire, if you don't mind.
So this one is a long one, so it didn't fit on one thing. So it's the first one is three long. So on this day in 1901, a then world record crowd for a football match numbering 110,820 watched our 2-2 draw with Sheffield United in the FA Cup final at the old Crystal Palace ground. A replay was held a week later on the 27th of April at Burnden Park in Bolton, but before a much reduced crowd of 20,470. Tottenham Hotspur won 3-1 with goals by John Cameron, Tom Smith, and Brown. I missed his first name out. Brown was the first player to score a goal, 15 in total in every round of an FA Cup tournament. So,
another first for Tottenham.
Yeah, another first. Erling Haaland has, I think, scored 53 goals this season, which is ridiculous. So he needs 13 goals in, if we include the Champions League semis and the final and the FA Cup semi and final, that is 5 games. If they get there. So in 13 goals in 13 games to beat Dixie Dean's record of goals in a season, which is 66. So interesting facts you get from here as well. 1992. Look at this. So we talk about our defence. Look at this defence. Middlesbrough 3, Tottenham 0. Spurs fielded a 5-4-1 with Neil Ruddock, Justin Edinburgh, Gary Mabbutt, Steve Sedgley, and Dean Austin in defence.
Oh, what gosh, Dean Austin. Oh, dear, oh dear.
And the final one was 2019. Manchester City 1, Tottenham 0. Phil Foden's first Premier League goal proved just enough to win the points for City on a tense afternoon at the Etihad.
There you have it. Spurs on this day a la histoire. One very, very nice one. Two really, really awful ones, really. They were terrible. But hey, we're used to it. There's going to be a lot of that going around. So moving on. What's next? Gone Paratici. Yes. So apparently Juventus have had their 15-point deduction reversed on appeal. And Paolo, whatever, Nedved or whatever his name is.
Pavel Navid.
That's right. Pavel Navid, Pavel Navid has had his suspension overturned, but Paratici has not. So he is still persona non grata in the football world. Chaps, what do you make of the news of Paratici failing to escape punishment? Mark?
I did not know this. Is this only just come out?
Very recently.
3 hours
today.
ago.
3 hours. Well, I honestly, what did the others escape? What technicalities did they escape on? Does it say? Or
no, they didn't. Hang on, let me.
I think it was
I did have it up, but then I deleted it. So
I'll find it. So the managing director of football had his appeal against a 30-month ban rejected by Italy's top sporting body.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether or not he's appealing to against the FIFA ban, because FIFA also handed him a ban as well.
Yeah.
There are one or two others. None of the others. I don't think any of the others got away with it, apart from Pavel Nedved.
So I've got the thing here. So Italy's highest sporting court says the case should be re-examined after Juve were accused of fixing balance sheets by artificial gains from transfers. The lifting of the points deduction means Juventus move up from 7th to 3rd in the Serie A table. Rather than Juve being cleared, the case will now return to the Italian Football Federation Appeals Court, the body which gave the initial punishment. As a result of the decision, with 8 games to go in the season, AC Milan are knocked out of the Champions League places, while Roma dropped to 4th. Tottenham managing director of football Fabio Paratici lost his appeal against a 30-month ban as part of the same proceedings. The former Juve sporting director was one of 11 directors of the club, either former or still in place at the time of the ruling, who were sanctioned. Paratici, former president Andrea Agnelli, former chief executive Maurizio Arrivabene, and sports director Federico Cherubini had their appeals rejected. Former player and director Pavel Nedved, Paolo Garamberti, and Enrico Villano were successful with their appeal.
Oh, and so, but you got to remember, there's a criminal case coming up with this as well, isn't there? Is there some sort of other court case?
It's very difficult to tell with the Italian legal system as to what's
I don't know how it works either.
It's sort of like it's almost like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing sometimes. So I'm not in a position to be able to confirm or sort of reject what is happening, really, because half the time they don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know what's happening. Ultimately, actually, before I say my piece, Tommy, what's your thoughts on this? Because you're quite strident when it comes to the subject of Fabio Paratici. What do you make of this?
I'm not even going to start on his history. But it was clear he was always a fraud. Levy's a fraud, employing him. If Nedved got away with it, and Paratici's not getting away with it, it's clear that he was the chief architect, isn't it? Paratici was the chief architect. I can't believe. I'm looking now, and as you said, look, Juventus are 3rd. That is unfair on the other clubs, because I've noticed Milan still in the Champions League. They've been putting this weakest team out in Serie A, probably thinking they're still going to get top 4. They're not going to win the league, but they're going to get top 4. Focusing on the Champions League, and now they're not. They're 5th. So that's unfair. That is unfair on the rest of it. Why do they do it at the end of the season then? If you're going to do it, you do it at the end of the season. You're messing the other teams up. But yeah, absolute fraudster. He never had any power anyway. There'll be another puppet in place. So he didn't appeal it. So Levy didn't actually have any hand in appealing it. No, he just appealed it himself for the Italy.
To be fair, I don't think the club would be in a position to appeal anything, because the club itself has not had anything done to it. Ultimately, this is a sanction against an individual, and so it's up to the individual to think. It would be like if one of us committed a crime and our employer appealing against it. It just wouldn't happen. It's the individual that has to do it. So I think
I thought Spurs let him go. I honestly thought Spurs let him go. Yeah. But this probably isn't the case, because I guarantee Paratici will appeal his global ban, and if it's successful, if the appeal is successful, wouldn't be surprised if Levy brings him back. I think
he's been put on gardening leave by the club, so he's not doing anything right now with the club. However, he is still technically employed, and I think that would probably be because the club don't want to either run foul of employment law, which might, depending on his contract, there might be something in that that says, well, you have to have a decent reason, an actual reason for sacking someone. And if he appeals and is found innocent, then, he could then claim unlawful dismissal. If his contract, doesn't have a clause that the club can exercise to actually get rid of him. There's also the point of maybe the club don't want to get rid of him. Then on top of everything else, because he might still have an appeals process to go through, because he's appealing a conviction, for want of a better phrase, they might be waiting to pull the trigger until such time as they know what's happening. Additional to that, if they do get rid of him before that process is done, they might have to pay compensation. It'll always be wheels within wheels, ultimately. The thing that I will say is that this is just another symptom of what is wrong with football overall. I mean, Italy is probably the best exemplar because they're so very, very brazen about it in terms of the outright corruption that exists within football globally. It's not just Italian football. It's not just a particular country. It's every single country in the world, any country in which football is played, which is every country, there is some corruption of the game. It is endemic. And we see that in the manner in which the world organization acts. Is it any wonder that there's corruption in football when FIFA is itself so corrupt? And this comes down to a question of accountability all along the line. There is no accountability at any stage for those that control the game. Phil Baby says VAR case in point. There is no accountability for referees in this country. They are accountable to themselves. It's all a closed shop. Yeah. FIFA is accountable only to itself. There is no one for them to answer to. The FA, the same way. The Premier League in this country. Anywhere you look, any kind of organizational entity that exists around football does not answer to anyone of an independent or higher authority than themselves. So of course there's going to be corruption. It just means it's just in Italy it's more visible than anywhere else. So I'm not surprised. I am surprised that Daniel Levy didn't do his due. Well, actually, I'm not surprised that he didn't do his due process because he doesn't believe in that because it costs money. But yeah, we have suffered because of it potentially. Maybe it won't have an effect. It probably won't have an effect. There will just be one more thing that he has failed at in his 23 club.
You got to remember though, if it does get turned over, Daniel's going in hard on FIFA, and he's going to say, "Hang on a minute, you've just robbed me of 6 months, say." Mm-hmm. He's not been able to do anything, and he's going to he'll screw every penny he can out of him if it does get overturned.
Yeah. But that won't. I mean, I think you're right, Mark. That is probably what would happen. But him doing that won't benefit Tottenham. It will just be a few more pennies in the coffers, which we won't actually see any benefit. If we had a chairman that actually gave a shit about winning stuff, then it'll be like go after them, Daniel. But he doesn't give a shit, no matter what he might say in his ridiculous interview today. But we'll come to that later on. We'll talk about Daniel Levy later.
I listened to all of that earlier. You got to search for it on YouTube, but it is on there.
Yeah, it is the one of the Cambridge Union, isn't it?
Yeah, you can find a lot on YouTube, Mark.
Allegedly, yeah. Still, with the Paratici. Any final thoughts on the Paratici situation from you guys? Is there anything else you wanted to add to that?
Well, the only thing I'll say is I don't think he's done a lot since he's been here anyway. Not really.
He's cooking.
Yes, the books.
Ooh. Con Paratici.
Allegedly.
Con Paratici. Sorry, I was just doing Tommy's questions. I've got some questions now for Tommy's fucked up quiz. So,
excellent.
That's good. Here we go.
This is the only reason you wanted me on. I'm convinced this is the only reason Barry wanted me on.
Why?
Question. You said you're going to give me some questions.
No. No. He's doing the questions for later, but we've got one of our biggest fans in the chat, coming in with some insight and some top-notch commentary. Anyway, moving back, looking back at the weekend, and oh dear God, gentlemen, dear God, Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 3. What the hell happened? Let's start with you, Tommy. Talk us through.
Well, don't get me wrong. I love the Saturday 3:00 kickoffs, but it's always difficult unless you're at the games. It's always difficult to actually find a stream where you can watch the whole thing. So I was in and out, and don't get me wrong, watch the highlights, watch the extended highlights. As hard as it was, because obviously I stream a bit as well, so I've got to watch it. It was very, very difficult with the way it ended. Quite frankly, and I think it's the perfect representation of what Conte said. Everything Conte said in that interview post-match against Southampton has been proved right in such a short space of time. You'd think, okay, we'll see over the next few months. He's probably right. You know, the coach is not right. The players can't deal with pressure. Owner's not interested. But for it to happen within 3 games of the new manager in a month is absolute madness. And I tell you what, say what you want about Conte, but he wouldn't have lost the game again on Saturday. He would not have lost that game on Saturday. There's no chance. And there lies the problem with fans wanting front foot attacking football, because we can't defend with 3 centre backs, so we certainly can't defend with 2. When we took Sanchez off, we went with 2, and it was an absolute nightmare. And that's Bournemouth. We made Bournemouth look like prime Barcelona, like Rijkaard, early Pep Barcelona, Ronaldinho, Messi. You know, it was an absolute calamitous, that last goal. And you think to yourself, you're at home, right? You're back in the game, 2-2. We didn't play well, but you're back in the game. Who's scoring that 5th goal? It's got to be the home side. It's got to be the team that's 4th or 5th, not the team that's 15th with average attacking players. But it was. And Conte's been proved right. Just ultra depressing, because that was the storm. That was the calm before the storm, because we know we got a big week ahead starting Sunday. We got a massive week ahead. This should have been like the 3 points going into that, but it wasn't to be.
Mark, did you watch the game?
I'm a bit like Tommy. Like, I search for streams, want to go for 5 minutes and then pack up. So in the end, I just give up and put Soccer Saturday on. You know, and I'll be honest, most of this season, really, I've had no interest in watching us whatsoever.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. The football's dreadful. You know, we're losing at home to teams that really, you go back 4 years when Potts was here, that, you know, we'd just brush them aside, 3-0 up at half time, make some subs, coast to the end. Thank you very much. But no, I'd give up on it now. Give up on it. You know,
obviously, Barry, you did the watch along. And
Painful.
Yeah.
I think. Look. I obviously, there's been many games where I've been and watched this season in terms of being in the studio, and obviously this season, I will have gone by the time the Liverpool game comes a week on Sunday. I would have been to more away games than I would have done home games, I just don't. I just don't enjoy being at the home games. Jacob says he'll hit you a link. Look, I think it's it was just another. Me and Brian spoke about it on the morning. It was all about desire, the desire for Bournemouth to stay in this league, the desire for us to put an imprint on top 4, and we've had a number of opportunities. Obviously, before the international break, if we'd won, we would have gone 3rd. Obviously, before we knew what had happened, Newcastle had been hammered by Aston Villa. We could have gone into the game next Sunday, level on points with them, and we could have eradicated the game in hands and everything else. And that's ultimately what it is. So look, it wasn't great, and it just kind of summed up how we've been the last 2-3 months. Really, it's obviously we had the best start to a Premier League season or best start to a league season in 23 years, and then all of a sudden, when the games started coming thick and fast, these players couldn't cope. And Conte was right. When they're put under pressure, they cannot cope. And if we thought that the pressure from a Bournemouth team that were lying in wherever they were, 15th, 16th, or wherever they were at the start of the game, if they think we're not going to get pressured in the next 3 games, then they're very much mistaken. I said from the last 9 games that we would get 9 points. Now, I also said last Saturday that we went into the Brighton game thinking that we were going to get absolutely annihilated, right? And then we got away with one. Absolutely got away with one with the VAR decisions and everything else. So I said, what's the betting that we go and lose to Bournemouth, because we expected to win this game. And it wouldn't surprise me that we think we're going to get beaten by Newcastle, Man United, and Liverpool coming up. And I know we'll touch on it a bit later. That we go and do something against those three sides, and then we go and lose to Palace and Leeds, and and that's it. And I think what the frustrating thing is we've gone to, we've lost, we've drawn to Southampton, drawn to Everton, but then we go and beat Manchester City, we go and beat Chelsea. I know Chelsea aren't having a great season, but it's still Chelsea, and they're still one of those teams where we always kind of come unstuck, regardless of what's happening. So, look, it's just diabolical, and I can't wait for the season to finish. If I wanted to, if Laura wasn't a Liverpool fan and she wasn't looking forward to going to Anfield, then I wouldn't be going. So, but yeah, at least I guess I get to see a good game of football for a change, or one team that plays good football.
Yeah, you'll get to see a team playing decent football, but forget the decent football. You get a team playing with commitment and desire and a will to actually win. I think that's the main key here. But we've got someone in the back room who is going to basically turn this into the most disgusting and depraved show in the history of YouTube. So I think we should bring him on, because that's the sort of thing that we like on this channel.
Also, the other reason why he's here is to improve the ethnicity of the channel and the stream.
Ethnicity, that's right.
Good evening, Bobby K.
Hello.
I knew it was Bobby K.
Of course it was Bobby K.
Barry messaged me saying I need a token brown guy, so I was like, all right, then I got a little bit of time now.
You needed another.
I did not message you that. You said check your WhatsApp, and you said
because you messaged me saying I need a token brown guy on the show later on today. I messaged you saying I just got home from work.
Now. Show me live on screen. Show me the message.
Come on.
I said that.
You want me to open? You sure you want me to open my phone? You know how much porn I've been looking at today?
Come on. Show me the message.
You know what? I don't like to bring my personal beefs onto YouTube, so let's just keep this community friendly and happy. And Mark and Tommy, good to see you guys. How are you?
Stop it.
Hello, everybody in the chat. Resonator, Barry. I gotta say, it's amazing what a haircut does to you, man. You do look fit. Someone's on a promise tonight.
No promises.
Getting back to the things that make us want to kill ourselves. Bobby, did you watch the match?
No, but I am watching. Coincidentally, Little K is playing FIFA right now, and he was playing Bournemouth in his league game, and he won 6-0. So 7-0. Sorry. So clearly, the issue is management.
Okay,
just to clarify, Tommy's disappeared because he does actually need a poo. So,
nice.
That's fine. I've done that myself. I'm the host of the show, and I've gone off halfway through to take a dump, because there are some things that
Is he Eric Dyer?
It's known as doing an Eric Dyer. That's right.
Yeah.
It was quite fitting, because he actually is shit. So yeah, it's fitting.
he's going to do a Dyer. Nice.
He's gone to do a Dyer.
Is Big K there? Can Big K hear us that we're saying that he's shit?
Actually, no, he's not. He's getting ready. He's got night school soon, right? So
Oh, that's a shame.
He's up there getting prepped, right? So Little K's here if you want to tell him Sonny's shit. I can gladly unplug the headset.
No, Sonny's been all right the last few.
Sonny's
weeks,
been all right the last few games. Okay,
yeah.
Sonny's been okay the last couple of games, but ultimately, this is where we are at as a club. Okay, we have turned into what can only be described as a joke. We are now a joke of a club, and I said it on Saturday, and I'm going to say it again. This rests squarely at the feet of Daniel Levy. He is the man at the helm, and he is the one that has caused this.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of people will either not want to acknowledge it, won't necessarily want to even think that it exists. But it's been shown that every organization has some form of culture. You know, you can't have an organization of more than a couple of people without some kind of culture being instilled. And usually that comes from the top. Who is at the top of the tree when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur? It's Daniel Levy.
Yeah.
And what he has done is that he has instilled a culture in which winning is not primary, is not the most important thing for a football club. It is only potentially an objective.
But Reg, sorry.
No, go on, Bobby. It's fine.
No, that's what scares me about, everybody pushing for a sale of the club, because right now we are not set up as a football club. We are a business entity. And that's what terrifies me. It really does. Because if anybody came in to look at us, they wouldn't be looking at us from a footballing perspective. They'd be looking at us for what an investment on their return, or what the return would be basically on their investment. So that's what, I want them gone, but I'm scared of what we asked for. Yeah.
Well, no, you see that is a bit of a straw man argument. Okay, that's a specious Butler-esque type argument, and it doesn't actually hold water.
Big words. Easy with the big words, fella.
It doesn't hold any water, okay? Because what that argument is that it essentially boils down to better the devil you know. But we don't know what might happen.
Yeah.
All we know, the only actual information that we have is that as a club, we are failing at what the purpose of a football club is. The purpose of a football club is to win things. There is no other objective. What other objective is it? To provide employment to people who have very talented feet? Is that the only objective? Is that an objective for a football club? No. The objective for a football club is to compete. And to compete, what is competition? Competition means to try to win something against other people. That is the only purpose of a football club. Daniel Levy wants to remove that. Now, I've got no objection to a football club being used as an investment tool, as long as its primary objective is served first and above all others. If the objective of winning things was not sacrificed to any other objective, then I would have no problem with Daniel Levy.
I don't think any of us would.
No, none of us would. Yeah. Why would we? Because we would see on the pitch, that we would see in his behavior and the behavior of everyone at the club, that they want what we want. Yeah. Which is for our club to compete and win things. There's no guarantee that we'll win anything, but
at least go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I reject the term Spursy. It's not Spursy, it's Enoch-y. Because that culture has come from Enoch. It's not inherent in the Spurs club. We used to win things regularly, for a larger part of our history, So it's Enoch-y that we're going through right now. Barry.
I just wanted to ask, I didn't want to interrupt you. Is this leading on to your rant?
No, you can turn it into my rant if you wish. I mean, ultimately, this is something that's exercised me most this week. It's the thing that's really got me. But anyway, Bobby, you wanted to say something.
No. I just thought Nick's hand was up, so I thought he wanted a high five.
Oh, okay, that's good. Getting back to it. So ultimately, look, Wolves FI has put it ironically, the purpose of a football club has the most attractive London tourist attraction as the Skywalk, rock concerts, NFL, and go-kart. I mean, exactly.
How did he forget the boxing? Come on, man.
Do you know what though? Do you know what makes me laugh is that I saw today Liverpool have tried to rip off the Dare to Drop. I mean, they haven't called it anything spectacular. They've called it, would you like to do the Anfield Abseil? It's literally called the Anfield Abseil. And Manchester City obviously announced plans at the start of the week of increasing the capacity of the Etihad. Obviously, they're doing a lot of work with the arena that's nearby, and they're going to create a fan zone and everything else. And they're going to have like a skywalk. I don't know what they're going to call it. And they're also going to have a sky bar. Now, obviously, the sky bar at Tottenham Hotspur remains closed. So that's been there for 3 years. So it's going to take Manchester City 3 years to do all of these redevelopments of the ground. And it will still probably be open sooner than the sky bar is at Tottenham Hotspur. So,
and this is the other thing. This is what I also find comical, is that a lot of people seem to want to give Daniel Levy credit as a good businessman, right? And we'll sort of detract from him and say he's no good as a football chairman, but he's a good businessman. Actually, he's not. Because a lot of the times he will do things that end up in failure. The stadium took longer than necessary, will cost more than was necessary. Stuff like bits in it that they made a huge deal out of, which was then used to ridicule us, like the cheese room, like the sky bar. A lot of the time he'll do things that end up failing. That's not a good businessman. What he seemed to know is that he could take a football club at a time when it was cheap and redevelop an entire area out of it and profit from that. That's fine. Give him credit for identifying that. But that doesn't make him a good businessman. He is not fit to be our chairman. He is not fit to be any football chairman, and yet he is now the longest serving Premier League chairman. That is frightening. That is frightening. Yeah, this man should have been ousted a long time ago. And yet there are fans that will protect him, that will defend him. Look at what we are being served up on the pitch, everyone. Look at the type of player. Why is it that every club other than ours can show desire, can get players in that seem to want to play for their shirt, and we can't? What is it? What happens? What is the only common denominator? And the idea that, if we get rid of Levy, we'll get something worse. I'm sorry. Right now, I don't care. I want Daniel Levy gone because he's no good.
So you don't think it could be worse? Sorry.
Of course it could be worse, but just because it could be worse doesn't mean it can't be better either. Yeah. We could get someone who's better. This idea that if we get rid of that, what the likes of Sean Butler want to put into your head for his own purposes is to not attack Daniel Levy by thinking that the only option is worse. We don't know what the other options are, and we won't know until we do what we can to get rid of him. Yeah, it is a specious argument. It is not an argument that holds water. It's a logical fallacy, assuming that what will come in will be worse. We don't know. It is 50-50. It might be better, it might be worse. That is a binary choice. But right now, things are no good. Things are no good. Look at the players that we have. They come on the pitch and they don't give a shit. We give more of a shit than the players do, and that's not the way that football should be.
No. Definitely.
Right, so I've ranted. Guys, your thoughts. Let's go to you, Mark. What do you think?
Well, I completely agree with you. I mean, I can remember I used to go a lot in the 90s. And no, we were crap. 91 we won something, and 99 we won something. But
96.
But eh?
96, wasn't it?
No, 91 and 99.
Oh, fucking brilliant. Sorry, West Ham are losing 1-0 and Manchester United are losing 1-0.
Yes, that's right.
There we go. Right, so, but I used to go a lot in the 90s, right? But and yeah, we were only mid-table. You know, we weren't striving for things, but every player on that pitch would give their all, 100%. You know, and we tried to beat teams. Now they're just going there and they're just wandering about. So what? You know, there's that famous video that Jacob keeps playing when that bloke goes to Eric Dyer. Oh, you don't win nothing. He just laughs at him.
Laughs, yeah.
Yeah, it is. You know, what sort of attitude's that? He should have grabbed him and headbutted him.
Yeah.
You know?
Got angry at least.
Yeah.
Got angry.
He's signing a new contract in the coming days as well.
And that's the point. He's happy. He's happy. He knows that he's not required to achieve anything.
Yes.
And he's paid.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it is, for me, it's that thing that I said at the beginning about a culture. Tommy, don't you think that there is a culture of just enough at Spurs that at the top?
Yeah, I mean, as you say, with a player situation, I mean, start of the season, Ben Davies is a 3-year contract. You don't give the players any motivation to be better than what they are and what they're producing, and what they're producing isn't good enough in the first place. I mean, how can you give Ben Davies is about 30 years old, right? So he's got a 3-year contract. Why don't you give him a 2-year contract?
He's 32.
What's going to happen if he's 32? Who's going to pick him up? You're going to say, oh, he's going to have a great season. Barcelona are going to pick him up on a free. Real Madrid are going to pick him up on a free. It's not going to happen. What's the point? Ben Davies is Spurs anyway. He's had two good seasons. He's had 2 good seasons. Offer him another year contract. That's fine. We offer players too. Like everyone's talking about Lloris going, but Lloris has still got a contract for next season. He's still there for next season. We gave him a 2.5-year contract when he was struggling. Perisic, 33 years old, 1-year contract. Give the man a 1-year contract. Why does he have to give him 2? He's had a good season. Give him another year contract from there. It's insanity. It's absolute insanity. Everything you said there, Rez, is right. And I know you could go on forever. You could go on. We all go in terms of the failures that Levy's given this club. And as Mark said, okay, we'll mid-table back in the day, but we had the opportunity to be better. We had the opportunity to win the league title. Yeah. In 15, 16, you had the opportunity. And a couple of years later, you go 500 days without signing a player. It's never happened in the history of the Premier League. Whether you're top or 20th, fighting relegation, it's never happened.
Transfer window. Well, the history of transfer window.
The piss out of the fans. Yeah. But the fans got to stand up. Fans got to stand up, and they've got to do something about it or continue doing it. It will continue doing it.
That's the thing. That is the thing that made me leave you out. When Leicester won the league and when Chelsea won the league, all of us could see we just needed 2 or 3 more ingredients, and we'd have won them leagues easy. We had the best team. I don't care what anybody says. We had the best team by a long way. And we just needed the squad players. We just needed a little bit more depth. What did we get? Nothing.
NG.
Yeah, it's like Tommy said, 500 odd days without that's rubbish.
Because Daniel Levy does not want to win anything because he knows. Look, let me posit this to you guys. Let's say just out of nowhere, right? We happen to win a trophy. What would our fans be asking for the following season from winning something?
Yeah, another one.
Yeah,
more.
Another one.
Bang on, Red.
More is expensive. So the thing that Daniel Levy wants is for us to get top 4 every year, to get to the quarterfinals of cup competitions, and then to go out because 100%. That is the most profitable model.
100%. We talked about earlier on my stream. A couple of people mentioned it in the chat. The difference between, let's say, 3rd and top in terms of money is not great. Just Champions League alone is huge. That's where the big money is, whether you're top or 4th. And you just hit the nail on the head, Rez. Imagine, forget the other titles, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. If we won the league, imagine, then the ambition would be there. Then the fans would expect something to defend the league title. If not the first season, it's always difficult to win it 2 years on the bounce, but maybe season 3, season 4. And that takes money. That takes serious investment. So absolutely. He wants Champions League, third or fourth, and he absolutely does not want to win the league because there are many issues, especially financially, that will come
it
from
just
that.
raises expectations. It just raises more expectations,
Yeah.
you know. So ultimately, it comes down to the fact. I mean, one thing that angers me, and I want to know if this angers you guys, and we'll come to you, Bobby, to answer this one. Okay. Although, if ENIC sell up, hypothetically, stuff like the stadium, the training ground, all of that stuff remains with the club, right? Are people angry like me about the fact that they get to walk away with a huge amount of wealth that essentially we have paid for? Because the stadium is not being paid for by them. The stadium is being paid for by the club. Who is it that puts money into the club outside of TV revenue money and stuff like that? It's us, the fans. I find that distasteful. I would be happy for Daniel Levy to make a huge amount of money if he prioritized Spurs. But Bobby, does that not anger you? Do you not get angry at the idea that we are paying for him to be wealthy while he's not actually giving us anything?
Honestly, no. Because at the end of the day, when I choose to buy merchandise, when I choose to go to a game, or you guys choose to go to a game, you go there, you buy food, you buy drink, whatnot, and everything. That's a choice you guys have made. You know, consciously or even subconsciously where the money is going to end up. We have known now over the years that it doesn't get put back into the footballing end of it, and it's not going to make the team stronger. So, do we continuously still make those choices? Do we still go to games? Do we still buy merchandise? Yeah, a lot of people do. If all 5 of us decide to stop today, 5 more step up tomorrow and start. So the model is there. Like everybody was saying, I can't remember who put the comment, the fact that he might be a good businessman, but his customer service sucks. He doesn't care about customer service because at the end of the day, he knows he's gotten taught to the point with becoming a global brand now where he's tapped himself into almost a limitless market when replacement fans will be continuously coming in, and the expectations, like you guys have already addressed, that we haven't won anything, so there's no expectations to win anything, and I think they're happy to get those fans in. I would in fact be, now that you've brought it up, yeah, it irritates me, but not to the point where it'd make me mad, because I would still have hope that now something new is coming in and maybe we'll get the club we always dreamed and hoped for to be elevated to that status and start playing football properly. So for that reason alone, it wouldn't anger me because they're walking away.
So what's next? What is next? What do we have to look forward to? What do we have to hope for? What do we have to strive towards as a club? What's left for us?
Nothing.
Top four. That's his trophy. That's his trophy. If we finish outside top 4, which most of us think we will, he will spend. He will think, oh shit, I got to do something now, and he'll put just enough in just to try and get us to 4th. That's enough, because 4th is the big money. 4th is the big money of the Champions League. That's all he wants.
Most teams use 4th.
Yeah.
To help you win titles, to help you win trophies, to sign the players that take you to the next level. But I mean, look at last summer, right? I don't like bringing Arsenal up too much, but who had the Champions League window and who had the non-Champions League window? They signed Jesus. They signed Zinchenko. I was looking at it the other day. We haven't signed a player, not from a Premier League winning team. We haven't signed a player in the top 4 in the Premier League, from a player in the top 4 in the Premier League for 11 years. Adebayor. So, he was past it by then. You use top 4 to sign top 4 players. We do not, and it's crazy. I mean, Rez, can I ask you something? How much do you think, Rez? Because you're quite read up on the financial side of things. How much do you think it will take for Levy to sell up? There was this bullshit rumors going around last summer that it's 3.5 billion. Do you think if that bid come in, do you think that we'd accept it?
No.
Part of me thinks that he doesn't want to sell up right now, because I think there is more money to be made by controlling essentially what is the focal point of the regeneration of one of the few remaining underdeveloped parts of London, which is Tottenham. Tottenham is one of, it might even be the poorest area in London right now. Can you imagine how much money could be made in the next 20 to 30 years with the regeneration of that area? I don't know. I think everyone's been to Tottenham on this panel at some point and has seen the state of that area. It is woefully underdeveloped.
Leave it out. I was born there, man. Come on now. I lived there for the first 7 years of my life.
Crying out. It is crying out for development. Now, Daniel Levy controls a very, very important lever there, and he has sway because of the lever that he controls over the economy of that area. Do we think that he's likely to want to sell up and walk away from all that potential money? Remember, this is a man whose degree is in land development or land management. Yeah. The man knows that aspect of that part, that type of work. So do we think that he's going to walk away? I don't think it will take any money. I don't think any money would be enough for him to walk away. Bobby.
I'm just curious. Who on this panel would walk away from a profitable business unless you're overpaid for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In reality, none of us would. None of us would. If the valuation's at 3.5, I would say you're looking at least 4.5.
Bear in mind, Bobby, the £3.5 billion valuation is the valuation that they put on the club. That's not an independent valuation. That is the supposed theoretical asking price that they wanted. But I think it's just to put a label on it. I don't think anyone would ever offer them enough for them to walk away.
I don't think it'd have to be something ridiculous. That would be what, at least 30%, 40% more than what the club valuation is?
Yeah. It would have to be enough to make up. It would have to be enough.
5 billion. 5 billion, I reckon.
Honestly, I think it'd be closer to double. Honestly, I think it'd be closer to double 3 points.
Yeah.
I know it sounds mad. But...
No, it doesn't sound mad, Tommy. I think it's 5 billion to get into a conversation, and then it's upwards of that to get the deal done. I don't think it's. If you look at the nonsense that's going on with Man United, where this third stage of a bidding process or whatever they've got £1 billion worth of debt as well. They're going to have to redevelop the stadium, So if they're paying, all right, I know it's Manchester United, right? So if you're saying it's what they're looking at 5 billion for Manchester United, then Daniel Levy's sitting there going, well, if they're going to pay 5 billion for Manchester United and they've got to invest however much on the new stadium and however much on the debt.
Yeah, good point.
We
could
probably go for 6, 7. We're in London. We've got all of this. So I actually don't think development. I think, and like Ben says, it could be 8 billion. It could be. You and Tommy are pretty spot on with where it could be in terms of the number, because everything is there, right? It's like you go on it's like if you're going on, you're buying something. Do you want to buy something that, if you have to build, or are you going to buy something that is already built, or someone will come and build it for you? In this day and age, you want something that's ready made, and you'll pay that bit extra for it because you don't want to have the hassle of having to put it together or build it or anything else. Right? One thing I think it's important to do, one thing that we have to start getting our minds away from, is this thing that they always bang on about, and this is where Donna Marie works her witchy magic, is this constant refrain that Daniel Levy is a boyhood Spurs fan, okay? I don't care if he's a boyhood Spurs fan. He turned around when they first took over the club and said it. It's in black and white. If you don't believe me, Google the press release that ENIC released. They said there was no emotion involved when they purchased the club. It was strictly business.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that at the time, ENIC also owned stakes in, I think it was Slavia Prague, Rangers. There was a Belgian team in there as well, because they identified football as a potential investment opportunity. Forget the idea that he's a Spurs fan. Forget the idea that he loves football. Forget the idea that he wants to win anything. The only thing that matters to Daniel Levy is making money. That's fine. If that's okay for someone, if someone wants to have that as their personal philosophy, no problem. Do not, but we should not accept him using our club for that purpose and not giving us anything in return. We have to start saying that about him. He is not interested in the football.
Yeah.
Well, he said that. Isn't there a video of him when he's really young and saying that they bought Tottenham as an investment?
It's in the first interview. There was an interview done with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
That's
his
fine.
words out of
That's
his mouth,
fine, though, isn't it?
not somebody else saying it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fine. Most owners back in late 90s, 2000 bought clubs around the world for an investment. But as Rez says, there's a balance to it. If you make enough money from the team, then you should balance it out and winning titles, winning trophies. It's huge money. We go back to resell it for 5 billion. Say we sell the club for 5 billion. The yield on that, I think you make it back in 10 years. I think Levy knows that. You make it back 10, 12 years, something like that. Nottingham Forest, 180 million pounds just for making it to the Premier League. If they stay up, they'll be closer to 400 million pounds. Getting 10%. You know, it's almost 10% of 5 billion. You know, it's the money involved now. 7 billion, 8 billion. Who's going to pay it? I don't think anyone's going to pay it. So strap yourself in, folks. Levy's going to be here for a while yet. You know, he is. It's sad, but he fucking is.
I don't see a reason for him to leave, Tommy. That's why I think, like you say, sadly, you're right. I don't see a reason for him to leave. Everything's on the up and up on the book side of it.
See, the
Who
key
sells
here,
a successful business? I just don't understand.
The key here is that, you see, this is the thing. This is the other thing that we need to get our minds around. It is not necessarily a case of wanting ENIC to sell, okay? Because one thing that ENIC has done has made the club financially secure. That is undeniable. Whether it's by accident or whether it's by design, the club is financially secure. The chances of Tottenham Hotspur ever failing, the refrain you hear is, oh, we don't want to do a Leeds, which is now virtually impossible in today's footballing world anyway for a club like Tottenham, is not about getting ENIC to sell. It is about getting Levy away from the football side of things. That is all that's needed. If ENIC then want to do whatever they want to do with regard to their investment in the football club, as long as we get a chairman and a board that consists of people that are focused on the objective of winning things, I am happy for them to do whatever they want. Whatever they want. They can have as many NFL events as they like. They can do 500 skywalks all up and down the Tottenham High Road. You know, they can do golf bags. They can do away days. I don't care. As long as when my team steps out onto the pitch, I believe that they are there with the objective of winning that game, with the hope of winning something at the end of the season. That's all I care about. So for me, it's not necessarily ENIC to sell. It is for Levy to stop influencing the football side of things, and for us to get a board and a chairman that are focused on football. And that I think we can bring about. That I think we can bring about.
That's realistic.
If those people watch the interview with Daniel Levy, watch him. He is so awkward. He hates the limelight. He hates being mentioned in the press. He hates being talked about in the press. He hates being anything to do with the press. He wants to hide. He wants to hide behind the doors. So all that it will need to bring some pressure on him is just to focus on him. Get the message out there. Get people talking about his ineptitude, his lack of being competent at his job. Asking questions like, who do you answer to, Mr. Levy? Who are you accountable to? You make these decisions, but you don't answer to anyone. You make them in isolation. Those are the things that we should be focusing on. And that's my own view. That's what I think we need to be doing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Moving on. We've done this one. We've done this one to death, I think, for today. What's next, Mr. Producer? What are we doing? I believe that there's a certain person in our panel who likes quizzes.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have. This is going to be interesting because it's a bit like Mastermind, where you put them on the spot, sit in the seat, light goes on. We've got 5 questions, right? Okay.
That's not fair. I have 3. It's always 3 for me. That's not fair.
This is not your show, Tommy. So this is our show, and we'll do 5.
Boom.
Yeah.
So anyway,
right.
obviously Mark, and Red. So right, I want Red to get involved in this time.
Yeah.
I want Mark and Red. So Mark, Rez, and Bobby, you can also answer. And we'll just start with the first one. So change your name to your answer.
I can't do that.
You can't do that. Why can't you do
on my
that?
phone.
Right.
I have to come out and come back in and.
All right. I'll ask you, Mark, when you come to it. So
on your name, you could do it on your phone, but it's probably hard for him to see the 3 little dots there if he's. Yeah.
All right, let's not change it. Change the name, and then Mark, you can just say it, or it's easier that way. Because you're never going to get the answer. Like Tommy's questions, like what's a Seaman? And it was David Seaman. Obviously, can you explain what this means? And then you go into the dictionary answer. I mean, it's absolute nonsense, if I'm honest, but it's good fun. You've just got to think of crazy answers. So
it's not nonsense. If you think outside the box, it's relatively think outside the box. It's relatively easy, I'd say.
Okay.
Of course it is.
Good.
Right. No cheating. Exactly, Leo. No cheating.
We're not, Leo.
We all done the answers? We all got our answers?
Happy 420, Leo.
Yeah.
Right. So, Mark, what was your answer? Because
go first.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, I was a Mario fan.
Yeah.
So I haven't got a clue. I will say Bruce Lee. So it's got to be some Japanese bloke. He develops all the games.
One of you has got the answer right.
No. Okay.
And the answer is Michael Jackson.
Oh man.
There you go.
I don't know.
Not his father-in-law.
Rez can see the answers, so I don't know whether Rez is cheating.
I thought I had it. Honestly, I thought I had it. The Star Wars guy, John Williams. Oh, I thought I had it.
So I reckon, Rez, are you cheating?
No.
Okay. This is a good one.
Sorry, do I get a half a point because it's technically I put his father-in-law?
No. What is the correct term for a question mark immediately followed by an exclamation mark? Now, I probably think Rez will probably know the answer to this because it's very intellectual.
What is the correct
being?
term for a question?
And,
I got this one.
Excuse me.
Alan.
Dear God.
Okay. So, again, one of you has got this right.
Yes.
Rez has gone for an interrobang. I think. Mark, what was your answer?
Fuck knows.
Fuck knows. Okay. Tommy's gone for question time, and Bobby's gone for fuckery. The actual answer is interrobang.
Interrobang. Okay.
So Rez didn't get it right. So
I saw this on Pornhub the other day. It had nothing to do with question marks, though.
What did Rez put?
Interroban.
Oh,
not bang.
So
So
I've only ever had
we won't do this. Next question is interesting. What is the collective noun for a group of pandas? Obviously, I had to have an animal question. We couldn't go near the dogs because of Tommy's impending case with the RSPCA. So We couldn't
Yes.
mention anything about that.
Very careful.
I'm banned from Crufts 2024. Put it that way.
Yeah, actually, talking of Crufts, as Tommy brings it up, I have a message conversation from Tommy.
Right, let me get the answer.
You guys get the answer in where I find
What is a collective noun for a group of pandas? Oh, soup.
Tommy on the 13th of March. All right. He asked me if I could come on Tuesday. I said sorry, I've got some issues with the kids. He said, all right, no bother. I actually watched Crufts for the first time this week. Amazing. On TV, I wasn't actually there.
Anything on Hub these days, weren't they?
Yeah, on TV, I wasn't actually there, and I said VIP tickets, and he said, I'll look out for them next year. Got a best in show.
No, I'm not allowed there, so that's not happening.
So Tommy's banned from Crufts. So yeah.
But do you know what? Actually, because of people's jibes, and they were letting me know that Crufts started, I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it then.
Some of them, I was going to say, I'm just reading the chat answers. There's some good ones.
Some of the answers we've got Rare. We've got Grumpy Grandpa with Pandies.
I've gone with one of the person's answers.
Pandies nuts. Pandemic. A panda who's plant's worst nightmare. A wardrobe of pandas. Or a Pandai. So let's see what everyone else has got.
No, that's an Indian panda.
I think Mile High is getting mixed up. We're not saying how do you refer to pandas plural, which might be Pandai. We're talking about what is the noun that you use, like a flock of geese or a flock of sheep or something like that, or a herd of elephants.
Well, I'm changing my answer.
Change your answer then, Tommy. We'll allow you. We're not as strict as you are.
No.
Someone in the chat.
Speaking of strict quizzes, did you ever get your prize? Did Tommy ever send you your bat?
No.
He's still holding out.
It's coming. Well, you've done send me your address. As I said, I'm not psychic. I can't.
I'll send it to you. I got it.
Mark, what did you think it was?
A group.
A group.
Nice.
Tommy, I thought you were changing your answer.
I don't know. Right, okay.
He's done it.
No, Pampers. Yeah. No, it's not Pampers. Rez has gone with a den or a flange. Bobby K has gone with black and
classic comedy reference.
Hasn't been 10 minutes yet.
I should have put
I'll give anyone in the chat 1,000 points if they can tell me why what a flange as a group noun refers to in the history of comedy.
Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
No.
Bunch of cunts.
Comedy. As a history of comedy, not tragedy.
Okay, anyway, the answer which one person has got right in the chat is the embarrassment of pandas.
Oh, really? That's mad.
So,
Ben
Kaufman.
Yeah.
Embarrassment
something every day.
You got Brady Boy.
Yeah.
Okay, two more questions. Who were the first television couple to be shown in bed together on primetime television?
Oh. Couple as in man and woman?
Yeah. A gaggle of pandai. Like that, Leo. Pack of dogs.
A pack of dogs.
Eric and Ernie.
Now, I'm concerned that you might have the wrong answer here, Nick.
Well, the right answer is the answer that I got from the question that I searched for on the internet. So if that's wrong, then that is said place where I got it. So
yeah, I know what people think it is. A lot of people think it's a particular couple, and it isn't.
Well, unfortunately, it's the answer that I've written. So if you haven't got the answer that I've written, then
All right,
then
I'm going to put the thing. Hold on.
put the thing.
Hold on.
I love Tommy's answer. Tommy's got a great answer.
Hold on.
Are you there? Are you there yet, Rez? Are you there?
Almost.
Before you show the answers, I'll give my. I was going to say, but you said it was a man and woman. I was going to say Lara and Hardy.
Okay.
But that's obviously not a man and a woman.
Oh God, Phil.
So you're going to say? So who are you saying, Mark? Sorry.
I got to think about that now. Bloke and a woman. God knows.
Okay.
God knows is my answer.
Thanks for playing, Mark. You did that brilliant. So the answers that we've got is Mary Kay and Johnny. People think the Flintstones. Bobby Kay, Debbie,
myth. People think it was
Debbie,
the Flintstones. It wasn't.
Debbie
Mary Kay and Johnny
Dallas
came out
and Ron
40.
Jeremy. Tommy, I think if I'm honest, I quite like Tommy's answer. Barry and Janine. So yeah, I'm quite partial to that answer.
I'm here all week.
But, yeah, Fred and Wilma Flintstone.
Somebody guessed that.
No.
Yep.
People think it is the Flintstones. That's a common misconception. A lot of people in the history of television, like the Flintstones were cutting edge. They were the first to show a couple in bed. It wasn't. Mary Kay and Johnny came out 15 years more than 15 years before the Flintstones did, and they showed the couple Mary Kay and Johnny in bed together back in the 40s.
What was that?
Yeah.
What show was that?
Jeff.
It was just some American sitcom called Mary Kay and Johnny.
Oh,
I haven't even seen it, but they were the first to show a couple in bed.
Oh well, the answer is this. So anyway,
Jeff guessed it.
okay. The final question: if you dug a hole through the center of the earth, starting from Spain, which country would you end up in? I love the way that Tommy's actually trying to work it out. This is brilliant. Close, Ray. Close. Very close.
Oh. So it's wrong.
Oh, so if you.
So yeah, it is wrong. And it says Somerset.
Somerset. You need to spend. It's spelled with Z's.
It is spelled with a Z.
I'll put the correct spelling in there for you. There you go. Somerset.
Somerset.
That's right. I used to live in Somerset.
Yes, you've told me this.
Yeah, in Frome. I used to live in Frome. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was
like 20, 25.
Okay.
Now?
So Mark, where would you end up?
I'm going to go for Indonesia.
Oh.
Tommy has gone with Canada.
There you go, buddy.
I mean, it's going south. You're not going north, but anyway. Rez has gone for Papua New Guinea, not Pape Matassar.
No.
And Bobby K has gone some country south of Spain. In fact, there's lots of people in the chat that got it right. And the answer actually is New Zealand.
I was going to say that.
I was going to say that. That's what I normally say on Tommy's quiz. I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I'm going to start copying Jeff's answers.
Yeah, Jeff has got like 100%.
Yeah.
So just a question then. How many points did Tommy get?
Tommy got no points.
Yes.
So does that mean that he hasn't won?
Yes.
There you go. Now you know what it's like, Thomas. Okay? That will learn you.
Anyway.
It's time for... What is it time for? You forgot that it's time for...
Oh, sorry. Hang on a minute. Jesus.
Time for...
Hang on.
For...
It's time for...
It's time for... Pick one, kick one.
Pick one,
Here we
kick one.
go.
There we
I
go.
should be doing the pick one, kick one, so you can play, Barry.
No, because I've done the
Chocolates in that
answers.
respect now.
But it's not a right or wrong thing. It's just seeing thing, and then I get to cast the vote. You see.
Huh?
So, are you guys ready?
Is there any way we could do it? Is there any way we could do a 20-second rant?
No.
'Cause I actually lined one up for today. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Panel rants first. Let's do it.
just 20, 30
I don't
seconds.
know
on
what
a
this is.
minute.
I
Hang
don't
on
know
a
what this
minute.
is. So.
Go on, Bobby. Go on, my son.
You know what? Honestly, one thing I hate and it really drives me crazy is when you've contacted your friends or other members of this YouTube community and have them set up to come on your show. You arrange it, they agree to come on it and everything, and they can't take a shit before the show. Why do people need to go to the toilet in the middle of a goddamn show? I drive a bus for 8 hours. I know I got to take a piss in a pool before I get out there because I might not get a chance. All right? Align yourselves better, people. You're adults in this industry, okay? If the kids need to take a dump in the middle of a show, I get it. But as adults, if you can't shit while you're on the show, then you're doing it wrong.
Okay.
Excellent stuff. Excellent. Fantastic. Back
Love you,
to pick one, kick one. Back to pick one, kick one. Right, are you guys ready? It's got to be like fast paced, right?
Are you doing it or am I doing it?
I'll do it, and you can play along. Right. So, no more than 5 seconds. None of this. Oh well, because of this or because of the other. I like this one, and maybe not the other one. Just answer. Right. If you don't answer, you don't get to answer. Clear, guys?
I have a feeling you were directing that to me, but okay.
Okay. So, first up, French toast or waffles? And we'll start with Barry.
French toast.
French toast, right. Tommy.
Waffles.
Bobby K.
Waffles.
Mark.
French toast.
Oh, it's French toast. There's a tie, so I get to cast the vote. I'm going for French toast. French toast wins. Woohoo! Next question. Are you guys ready? Are you at the edges of your seats?
Waiting patiently.
Edges of your seats. Starbucks or Costa? And we'll go in reverse. Bobby.
Starbucks. Costa sucks.
Starbucks. Mark.
Costa.
Tommy.
Starbucks. Their cups are bigger.
Starbucks. Oh, Barry. Are you going to tie it or are you going to decide it?
Costa, because Starbucks just press a button. At least Costa attempt to make the coffee.
There you go. And at the risk of making Ben Kaufman have an aneurysm, I will have to say Costa over Starbucks. It's like saying which is better, vomit or poo.
Sorry, did you pick Costa? Did you forget our experience at Costa when we were driving to Leicester, mate?
But to be fair, I've had a lot more Costa outside of that specific experience. So
I agree with Stuart.
Comparing to Starbucks, But if you want the best coffee, you go to the coffee company. Number 8, the Broadway, Woodford Green.
Even I know the address.
That's where you got to go.
Cafe Nero's the best. Oh, the chains. Cafe Nero.
Booed him.
Yeah.
Oh, out of the chains. Okay, he said the chains. You threw that in. Okay.
Not better than Kaufman's, obviously.
Nobody's better than the cough, man.
We started with sweet. We did the coffee. Now it's on to the savory. Fried chicken wings or chicken wings?
Ooh. So, like,
I'm guessing
deep fried,
chicken wings or deep fried or baked. Yeah. So we'll start with Barry.
Fried chicken wings.
Fried. Tommy.
Deep fried.
Mark. Fried. And Bobby K.
It's a clean sweep, buddy. Fried
it is. And even if I was to vote, I would also say fried. So 5-0 to Fried on that one. Has to be. Okie doke. So are you guys tired? Are you guys a little bit low on energy? Maybe you need a little bit of a pep up, something to get you going. If that was the case, would it be Monster or
sorry.
Ball?
I thought you were going to say something else
Hang
then.
on a minute. You taking a pill, man?
We'll start with Mark. Monster or Red Bull?
I'm fucking type 1 diabetic. I can't drink none of that.
We said no explanations. You just have to pick one, kick one. We don't
None
care
of
if
them.
you
Yeah, you had Fred. You took French toast, no problem.
Just pick one at random. Pick one at random, Mark.
All right, Red Bull.
There you go, Red Bull. Bobby.
Monster, more options.
Okay, Tommy.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Lies.
Barry.
Monster.
Oh, it's a tie again. I'm going to have to cast the vote. I would probably just about come down on Monster. But to be fair, I would rather gouge my own eyeballs out than drink one of those. Yeah. Okay. So on to the next one. A proper soft drink. A real soft drink compared to a shit one. I'm not going to tell you which one I would go for. Not yet, anyway. But Sprite or 7-Up? And we'll start with Tommy. Sprite or 7-Up?
Sprite.
Sprite. Barry.
Which one does Daigle prefer? I can't remember.
Sprite.
Sprite. I'm going to go 7-Up then.
7-Up. Bobby.
Sorry, is this UK or Canada Sprite? Because your Sprite is shit.
Whichever you prefer.
If it's Canadian, Sprite.
Sprite. Mark, I know you're a diabetic, but...
I was just about to say, which one does the diet version?
They both do. 7-Up free or Sprite.
Oh, 7-Up then. So 7-Up.
Yeah.
And it's
I found out recently, one of them's lemon and lime. I think Sprite's lemon and lime. The other one's just lemonade.
Both of them are lemon and lime.
Okay.
Both of them are lemon and lime. And one of them is shit, and the other one is fantastically glorious when it hasn't been turned into a sweetener-only bollocks, and that is Sprite. So I'm afraid it's going to be Sprite that wins this one. Okie doke. So moving on, we've slaked our thirst. Now we want something that's a bit more desserty, perhaps, to drink. Something to.
I can't eat none of that shit.
More sugar for Mark.
More sugar for Mark. Yeah, actually, more sugar for the next
anti-diabetic
options. Yeah,
absolutely.
Diabetism. Yeah.
Smoothie or milkshake. You can have any flavor. Smoothie or milkshake. You can have any flavor you want. And we'll start with Bobby K.
Milkshake. Smoothie's got fruit and shit.
Milkshake. Mark.
Milkshake.
Milkshake. Tommy.
Milkshake, specifically McDonald's.
Oh, milkshake has won it already, but Barry, are you going to buck the trend?
No, because my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. So yeah.
Of course.
Oh, he's gone big.
Brought me and the kids around.
I'm going to make it a clean sweep and say milkshake as well over the smoothie. All righty.
Sorry, Tommy said the McDonald's milkshakes. Do you guys get that green one at the Shamrock Shake? Yeah, thank you.
No.
You guys don't get that at the same time?
One that
it's
comes
awesome,
from Shrek.
Tommy. It's so good.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know
you
why?
like that, brother.
Do you know why?
I know.
Because of the sectarian violence in Northern Ireland. That's why we don't do it over here.
Fair enough.
Absolutely true, because I used to work for McDonald's, and I know that for a fact.
Fair enough.
So, more dessert, cheesecake or chocolate cake? And we'll go with Barry first. Sorry, Mark. We are getting to savory dishes as well, I promise.
This is the last one, Mark, all right? I'm going to say chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake. Tommy.
Cheesecake, baby. New York.
Cheesecake. Mark, if you had to choose.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Bobby K, are you going to tie it or are you going to decide it?
I'm keeping it real, buddy. You got to represent chocolate all day long.
Chocolate cake. Okay.
Is that a Kit Kat?
Kit Kat cake.
I think Mark chose
Okay.
cheesecake because he can eat the cheese. At least he can eat the cheese. So,
I'm going to. I think.
Well played, Tommy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna decide it with cheesecake because chocolate cake these days is utter crap. I haven't had a decent chocolate cake for decades.
Then you need to come over here. I got you covered.
Okay. When I come over, you can show me. You can show me the error of my ways. But now we're going to go savory again. We're going to go savory because we feel sorry for Mark.
Yeah.
We want him to be able to participate properly in this one. So we'll start with Mark. Mark, mozzarella sticks or jalapeno poppers?
Mozzarella sticks. I do like
Mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
We'll go in a crisscross. Barry, mozzarella sticks or jalapeno poppers?
Jalapeno poppers.
Oh, jalapeno poppers. Tommy, mozzarella sticks or jalapeno poppers?
Mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella sticks. And Bobba T, mozzarella sticks or jalapeno poppers?
Jalapeno poppers.
Wow.
Jalapeno poppers. There we go. It's a tie again. I'm gonna do the mozzarella, guys. It's all about the mozza. It's all about the mozza.
You guys can't handle spice. That's why. Pussies.
Yeah, exactly. You spices.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on a sec. Little K, jalapeno poppers or mozzarella sticks? Thought so.
Tell him his second.
And that's a 12-year-old, you wussies.
And do you know why? Do you know why he said that?
Says mozzarella sticks.
No. Do you know why? Because he's little K and he's the best. I bet Big K would choose fucking mozzarella sticks. Yeah.
I bet you would probably be right because he has a spice tolerance of nobody.
And that's why little K is the favorite. Okay.
That's why little K. Did you hear that?
Big K.
Anyway, we're getting saucy now. We're getting saucy. All right.
Ooh,
and meat based.
Because you like spice.
Yeah, saucy and meat based. We'll start with Tommy. Barbecue ribs or pulled pork?
If you said capital spare ribs, I would have said that.
No, barbecue ribs, not spare ribs. Barbecue ribs, pulled pork. Okay, Mark.
Ribs.
Ribs.
all day.
Nick.
Ribs.
Ribs. And Bobby. Barbecue ribs or pulled pork?
What that guy said, ribs all day, baby. All day.
Ribs all day. Ribs has won it. If I was going to cast a vote, I would also go for ribs. 4-1 to the ribs. Nice. Okie doke. This one is going to cause controversy. Yeah. This one is going to cause controversy. There's going to be a lot of anger. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you guys a chance to justify why. Okay? You can talk about it at length if you want. Declaim forth as to your love for one or the other. Are you guys ready?
Sort of.
Okay, we're going to start with Bobby. Crunchy peanut butter or smooth peanut butter?
Smooth.
Why?
Because when I make the kids sandwiches, that crunchy shit ends up breaking the bread when you're trying to spread it and stuff, so the smooth's a lot easier to work with.
Okay, good. Mark, crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
The smooth, for what Bobby said.
For what Bobby said? Nice. Yeah. Tommy, you going to buck the trend or are you going to go with the flow?
I'm crunchy. It's just more food. It's more food.
Oh, okay. Tommy's gone with crunchy. Nick, are you going to put paid to this argument once and for all, or are you going to leave it open?
I'm going to put paid to it. It's smooth all day long. I thought Tommy would have gone smooth actually, because when he spreads it, it might get caught in areas that he doesn't want to get caught when it's getting licked.
That's it.
This was pre-planned. That's
it. No. This one wasn't pre-planned.
This one isn't pre-planned, but the next one certainly is.
Alsatians or beagles? Alsatians or beagles?
I would also go with smooth, so it'd be 4-1. So guys, here we go. The final one. I mean, this really is the important one. Okay, this is what it's all about. Are you guys ready? Are you prepared? Are you in a place where you're zen enough to answer this question? Maybe take 2 seconds, like breathe in, breathe out, like what Bobby's doing, like after me, repeat after me.
Shut up, Jed!
Okay, here we go. Lassie or bouncer? Tommy.
I don't know what bouncer is, so I say Lassie.
Yeah. The dog from Neighbours.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Lassie. Mark.
Lassie.
Bobby.
Yeah, Lassie. No idea who bouncer is, man.
Nick, are you going to make it or are you going to buck the trend? Lassie or bouncer?
I know Lady Di.
I'm going to go with bouncer because he was the greatest dog out of Neighbours. So yeah.
There you go, bouncer. I would have to go with bouncer as well because Lassie always seemed far too smug, but we lost it anyway. Lassie is the winner. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Pick one, kick one. Done beautifully, and I think we've answered some very, very important questions here today.
I won!
You? Yeah, you
What
did.
What did we learn? Oh, Panda. The Panda one was good. Embarrassment of Panda.
Yeah.
Pandas, yeah.
Like that.
Not a huge amount because, there wasn't really much going on there, I feel, that
Football
was
is football is always the winner.
Football
It's
is always the
football.
winner, except
Speaking
when
of football,
Spurs are
speaking of football, West Ham have just gone 2-1 up, and Man United are 2-0 down.
Oh, interesting.
Sai is about to beat Murphy in the snooker. Young Sai.
Yeah.
There you go. And speaking of sport, this Sunday, something resembling sport will happen at St James's Park when Newcastle United face us at St James's Park. And then on top of that, we've got a couple of other games following, a nasty, nasty set of fixtures. Gentlemen, because it's just the boys here. Gentlemen, let us have your predictions for the next 3 games. Tell us either how many points we're going to get, what the scores are going to be, what the results are going to be, however you want to play it. Tell us what you think. And we'll start with Mark. Newcastle, Man U, Liverpool. What are your predictions, sir?
Right. Well, I can't see us getting nothing at St James's. Mm-hmm. It's going to be 3-1. Could even be 4, maybe 5. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man United, they had a few injuries, didn't they? Was it Rashford that was out?
Yeah, Rashford
comes back. But to be honest, it doesn't matter who we're playing. I mean, we could be playing my bloody local team and we'd still lose.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to get roundly beaten in all games. Stellini out, Levy out, get the bloody lot out and start again.
There you go. Tommy, your predictions from the next 3 games.
114.
Oh, shit, I was meant to say that.
No, I don't know what that is. What is that?
You didn't want to join in, didn't you? You wanted to feel included, didn't you?
Yeah.
How many points do you think we're going to get?
Right. Okay. Seriously, Newcastle away is tough. So I don't think we're going to lose. I think we'll nick a point there. And they did get smashed by Villa, didn't they, last game? So I reckon we'll nick a point. Man United win. It's the first game I'm going to this season, so we have to win that.
Okay.
And Liverpool lost at Anfield, so 4 points. 4 points.
4 points from 9. Interesting. Bobby, your predictions.
I'll go 2 points out of the 9. I see us drawing Newcastle. I see us losing to United. I see us maybe pulling a draw at Liverpool.
Excellent. Nick, you're going to the Liverpool game, are you not?
I am.
Oh, shit, we're losing then.
Well, yeah, actually, what you didn't realise is that Laura has been to 3 Tottenham games and we have lost all 3. She also was present in the England-France watch-along at the We Are Tottenham TV studios, which England lost. So obviously we're going to lose the Liverpool game. There's no way we're going to win the Liverpool game. But it would be quite funny because obviously she's going to be in the Spurs end being a Liverpool fan. So that would be quite ironic. However, as we are used to, or we were in recent years in the Eurovision Song Contest of getting nil points. So I'm going to say we're getting nil points from the next 3 games.
Yeah.
Newcastle are going to have a reaction to losing to Aston Villa at the weekend. So that was obviously great timing. United obviously play Brighton in the FA Cup on Sunday. They're going out tonight, so maybe their reaction could be on Sunday. So look, let's the best we can hope for is maybe a point against Man United. Although Tommy is going, so he would love to see 3 points. But I just don't see us. I just don't see us getting anything from those 3 games. I predicted 9 points from the last 9 games. I don't think we're going to be that far off it, if I'm honest. So, yeah.
There you go. There you go. And that's it for the show. Thank you very much to my 3 panelists and my partner in crime, Barry, for joining us tonight. Wonderful stuff. Do please, everyone, like, subscribe, and comment. It's all good stuff for us. Get in the comments down below. You've been in the chat. Tell us what you think. We'll laugh at them. We'll cry at them. We'll get really angry about them. But we'll come back next week and do exactly the same thing as we've done this week and be knobs. But let's go around and talk to our panelists and ask them where we can find them in terms of football discussion, not necessarily in terms of their social lives. Tommy, where can we find you, sir?
Can I just say thanks for having me? I enjoyed the show. The way it started, I thought we was going to go really deep into the canine thing. So I'm happy. To be followed that side of things. Hotspur Hood. I've done a stream earlier. I do a couple of lives a week now. I used to do a lot more. Please get over there and subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you want to be that bit more depressed, because things are not good, are they? I'm not selling this very well, am I? But look, a couple of streams, a couple of depressing
for you, Tommy. Do you want me to sell it for you?
Yeah.
Do you want me to sell it for you? Right, guys, there's a great channel out there. It's called The Hotspur Hood. There's a guy called Tommy on it. He does a really bang-up analysis of everything Tottenham. If you need a Tottenham fix, whack yourself over to The Hotspur Hood. You can just search for it on YouTube. Brilliant channel, great content. Get over there and give it a like and a subscribe if you haven't already, and hear more from the Tommy Mitchell Meister. There you go, buddy. How's that?
That was impressive.
All I would say is,
impressive.
Tommy, is it not time that you changed the name of your channel again?
Almost. Well, I was thinking about this last week. What did Cody Mack came up with a great one before?
Oh, yeah.
Normally, yeah. Tommy is
Tommy Vision, like Tunnel Vision. Tommy Vision TV.
Yeah, okay. That's very good. Very good. Mark, where can we find you? Where will you be whoring yourself out to next?
Nowhere really. I just come on if I'm invited, and
Fantastic.
and I appreciate being asked to come on tonight. Big up yourselves. I will always
Pleasure.
watch. Please like and subscribe to this channel and Bobby's and Tommy's.
Cheers,
They're all fantastic. I don't subscribe to many Tottenham channels anymore because I find they piss me off.
I get that. But if you guys want a really great guest to come on and talk all things Tottenham, just hit up Mark Cousins. He's always happy to come along, and he's got things to say. So do please, you can't really like and subscribe to Mark as a person, other than like. Just invite him on and he'll give you good content. Bobby K, where can we find you? You unutterable, warped, sexual deviant of an individual.
Thank you. Unfortunately, What's Buzzing Cousin is put off for tomorrow because the other half is not available. So, Cousin, get your shit together. We do a show every 2 weeks. You got to make yourself available. I got work, whatever, man.
No, could it coincide with Arsenal choking the last 2 weeks? Maybe, I don't know.
No, he's up for having that chat. He's good like that. He's pretty good like that. So the next show that we've got lined up would be Monday. So Brewing Bollocks over on the Coffee Company with myself, our good friend Benny Kaufman, the Cough himself, and of course Kuva there. So we'll be just chatting it. I don't know what we're chatting about. I think this week's topic was one of the things we thought about was YouTube chat people's names and what they really mean. So, for Stuart 727, did he really fly as 727? So Tommy loves dogs. Does he really love dogs? There's a whole bunch of other ones, but thanks for having me on, guys. Really appreciate it. It's always a good chill vibe. Always leave the show feeling good, and hopefully everybody in the chat did as well. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe, and Tommy's dog wants some loving, I think.
Yep, it's getting to that time. But do please go over to 3 Spurs Boys and subscribe to their channel as well. Great content there. Get to see Little K, Big K, and the Kang himself. It's always good content, a lot of fun. Barry, we're not here next week, are we? We're not doing the things. Spurs.
We're not.
Are
We're
we?
not here. We're not here next week. There's obviously a game on Tottenham against Manchester United. I am doing the watch along with Marlon.
Yes, indeed.
So
Yes, and you're going to abandon me for Marlon. You're abandoning me for another Spurs fan, aren't you?
Big time.
Yeah, big time.
You know, I should never have given you that ring.
Wow. So sorry,
Yeah,
you're ditching Rez, your show, to go on We Are Tottenham TV.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, and he knew about my abandonment issues when he did that.
Big time.
You know, he knew. Anyway,
I'm following the dollar, man. I'm following the dollar. If I'm gonna be depressed by watching them, I might as well get paid to be depressed.
Get paid to do it. Yeah,
that's a valid point. That's a valid
definitely
point.
get that, mate. I definitely get that. I don't begrudge you earning a crust. I really don't. And so thank you to my panelists and to my partner in crime. And as always, a big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much for your comments. It's great to have you. And as usual, a big shout out to Phil Baby, Elias, Alan Sibley, Bobby K, Bill, Andy G, Ian Ferguson, David J. Bisco, United Spurs of America, or Jacob, the man of the amazing moistening voice. HMQ, Step Up Spurs, Stuart, Yip Coalition, Chris Agambar, Ben Kaufman, Sophie, Wolves FI, What's the Point FC, Derek Hutchinson, Ryan Isaacs, Mile High Hotspur, Kim B, a Grumpy Grandpa, Daniel Sandoval, Jeff Bardry, and Roy. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Do please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Oh, mate.